Hello, dear sister. Congratulations on your pregnancy. It's such an exciting time, and also the best time to start ignoring everybody except yourself. That would be the first piece of advice from the Spirit Baby realm, is to really, really use yourself as your own highest authority. And just to get on a tiny little soapbox here, part of the reason I get so angry with how pregnancy and birth is treated in our society right now is because it takes women out of the driver's seat and puts our doctors or even our beloved midwives in charge of our bodies and our babies and our pregnancy. And that's just not the way it's supposed to be. So you really want to check in with yourself first and your baby. Nobody knows better than you and your baby on how you're doing and what you need to do and what you shouldn't be doing or whatever. So first and foremost, the Spirit Baby realm wants you to know that you two here are a sacred partnership, and you know exactly what to do. You know, the beef I have with traditional pregnancy advice, the advice that tells you, oh, don't eat soft cheese, don't eat shellfish, don't drink alcohol, you have to walk 30 minutes this many times a week, or whatever else. I hate that shit because it's so externally focused. And to me, with my understanding now, it seems so inane and lame ass, and it so falls short of what we need to be focusing on. And what we need to be focused on is the internal stuff. And when we focus on the internal stuff, then all the external stuff just happens to take care of itself. It takes care of itself. So when it comes to the Spirit Baby realm and pregnancy advice, I say this all the time, and I will continue to say it because it's something we really need to understand and absorb. The babies coming in now are of a very, very high vibration. And what that means, they transcend our 3D vibration, our three-dimensional understanding, our 3D limitations. That's the most important thing. These babies, transcend our 3D limitations. Absorb that, know it. Pause this if you have to and think about that, because these babies transcend it, we can too. In fact, your baby is asking you to transcend any limitations that our 3D world might condition us to believe, has conditioned us to believe for a long time. The best pregnancy advice, this whole reading is going to be about unlearning all that crap that we've been taught and relearning a new way to think about pregnancy and just being the best we can be. So as I said, these babies coming in are a very high vibration, and so they absolutely demand and need us to be of a high vibration as well, so that we can be a pure vehicle for them to come in. So the best pregnancy advice is going to be around raising your vibration. And that has very little to do with the kind of food you eat or if you're walking or whatever. Just bleh. Just don't pay any attention to that stuff right now, okay? Just don't pay any attention to this stuff. Okay, so to raise our vibrations, what we need to do is to work on our happiness. And that might sound cliche, but it really is about getting rid of the things that don't matter anymore and coming from a place within us that is strong and there's a radiating inner peace and a contentment. Does it mean that we're going to be happy all the time? No. But when you raise your happiness quotient, you're more accepting of the times when you're not happy. Let's face it, we're human. And as much as I would love to be happy all the time, and I fight against the times that I don't, the fighting against the low times doesn't help. Okay, so to raise our happiness quotient, if we can love ourselves through the tough times and through the bad days and realize we're not doing anything wrong just because we feel bad or because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing or whatever, it's really an honoring. So if you can be your own best friend, love yourself through those tough times, you know, and a term I use a lot is even though. Even though I feel like shit today, I love and accept myself and I know it will pass. And even though it doesn't make me happy in the moment, it does lift some of the heaviness. So that lifting of the heaviness also lifts our vibration even when we're feeling funky. So, being loving and accepting of yourself and your own best friend. It's really about changing the talk in your head. And that is a lot of work. It's a habit. It's a habit. The negative self-talk is a habit, and so we have to replace it with the positive self-talk, but that takes a little practice. So just be patient with yourself. Just be patient. This is never about perfection. Being happy is not about being perfect. Being happy is about loving and accepting yourself at all times with all emotions, with all emotions. And for me particularly, there's times when I'm feeling confused, you know, when I know what used to work is no longer working, but I don't have a new frame of reference to put it in. So one way I love myself through that is to say, okay, I'm going to allow myself to be confused right now and know that an answer will come. So if there's an issue that you're struggling with, don't try and force it because that never ever works. Don't try and control it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Surrender to the confusion. Surrender to the confusion. I allow myself to be confused right now. I know an answer will come. And by lifting that heaviness and lifting our vibration, we allow space for the answers to come. So working on our happiness quotient is not about being happy all the time, but it's about loving and accepting ourselves all the time, no matter what we're feeling, and allowing our feelings without judgment. Without judgment. This is very important. It might seem fluffy, but it's life-changing. It really is life-changing, and it does take some practice. I'm practicing all the time, but I am much, much better than I used to be. And our babies are asking that of us, you know, so change your self-talk in your head. Are you being a good friend to yourself or are you not? And that is very important to just focus on and realize and move on. So that's number one. Raise your happiness quotient. That will raise your vibration to help the baby come in easily, smoothly, happily. And another thing that is very big in the spirit baby realm, because it helps clear the 3D shit, is forgiveness. And a lot of people don't like talking about forgiveness because you know, and frankly, I don't like talking about traditional forgiveness. But the spirit babies really want us to work with forgiveness, and not just forgiveness, but something that's called radical forgiveness. And that is something you can Google. There is a book called Radical Forgiveness, which I cannot recommend highly enough. It is a paradigm shifter, life changer, life changer. So if someone's done something wrong to you or someone's consistently treating you badly, radical forgiveness allows you to look at it in a different way. And the way you look at it is you take a bigger view of it. Think of anyone that's done something that you just find reprehensible in this lifetime, whether it's a one-time thing or an ongoing thing. Think of that person who really sticks in your craw. And now, according to the new energy into the spirit baby realm, we take a wide view of this. And we understand that as we're planning this incarnation in this lifetime, we got together with other soul people who are also going to be a part of their lives, and we agreed to play certain roles for certain outcomes and certain lessons. And believe it or not, the people who piss us off the most are the ones who propel us the most and can be our biggest catalyst for change. So the people who are really pissing us off, believe it or not, are really, really close friends, best friends, soul family members on the other side. You might want to pause on that one too. And this is a lot to take in, just to think, oh my God, that person who's been pissing me off is actually just playing out their role perfectly. And when you solve it like that, when you resolve it like that, the drama around it actually just disappears. And your buttons can't be pushed anymore because you see the higher view of this. And when you can do this, when you can work with radical forgiveness, the changes in your life are amazing. You cannot be a victim anymore. You cannot. There's no victimhood. There's no drama. There's no drama. I can actually say I live a drama-free life. Other than the drama I like to create in my own head. But when it comes to other people, even if I temporarily want to get roped in just for something to do, I know from the bigger picture, you know what? There's nothing to forgive here. I'm choosing to experience this for whatever reason, and they are playing their role perfectly. So thank you, asshole, for pissing me off. That's exactly what I needed right now, and now I can work with this. That is radical forgiveness, and that is a huge way to raise our frequency for these spirit babies coming in. Because what you're doing is you're releasing the drama, the 3D drama, the 3D victimhood. There's no victimhood in the spirit baby realm or in this new energy. So that is something, a very, very important something that we really need to integrate and work with is radical forgiveness. Again, Google the book because it's fantastic. It's life-changing and it has exercises. And even though, I always hesitate to bring up the forgiveness, the spirit babies say, yes, you bring this up. It's very important. So there you go. So the happiness quotient, the forgiveness, and listening to your own body. Okay, so what I really want you to do, if you have the book, should I say this? Should I disparage a book online? I mean, on video? I will, because it's horrible. It's fear-based. What to expect when you're inspecting. I just think it's a terrible book. And I know there's others that agree with me because it tells you this is the worst that can happen. And in the spirit baby realm, there is no fear. There are no limitations. They don't want us to think from that point of view. So these two go together, listening to your own bodies and throwing out any advice that makes you fearful. Any advice that makes you fearful. And that includes maybe any testing that makes you fearful. I'm not going to tell you not to get tests if you feel like you want to get tests. But I do know in so many instances where the tests have provided much more stress than false things, horrible things. It makes you worry when you don't have to worry. So listening to your own body first. If there's something you want to know about your baby, ask your baby. Ask your baby. Ask to have a dream about it. Ask to have a sign. Write to your baby in a journal and see what comes to you. Your baby can tell you how your baby's doing better than a test. Baby, are you healthy? Give me a kick. Is there something I need to know? Give me a dream. And when you trust that, you'll get more signs, more intuitions, more validations. So listening to your baby first, because your baby is never going to come from fear. Listen to your baby first before anybody else. Promise me you'll do that. Your baby's saying, promise me you'll ask me first. Ask me first. And then listening to your own body when it comes to, you know what advice I hate the most is, you should only have 300 to 500 extra calories a day. That's such bullshit. How can you put anything in a box like that? You just can't. Oh, and it makes me so angry. Eat 6 small meals every day. Make sure you have protein at every meal. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Your body knows. Your body knows. Some days you might want 300 extra calories. Some days you might want 1,000 extra calories. Some days you might want negative 300 extra calories. It doesn't matter. It makes me so mad. Can you tell I'm getting all riled up? It's really, it's nothing. It's a non-issue. The calories, forget about the calories. Listen to what your body wants to eat. Listen to what your body wants to eat. And you'll know if you're eating as you're listening to your body or if you're eating for other reasons. You'll just know. Your body also knows when to stop eating. If you want protein, have protein. If you want salt, have salt. If you want something sweet, have something sweet. If you want vegetables, eat those. If you don't, don't. Your body knows. If you trust your body, trust your baby, it won't steer you wrong. And many times I would even just put a hand to my heart. I do this now even when I'm not pregnant. Body, what would you like to eat right now? And you know what? The things your body wants to eat will shine a little brighter than all the other options. It'll give you a little trigger of, ooh, that feels good, and all the other things won't. So it's conscious eating. It's conscious eating. Yes, this is what I want. It might just take a moment. What do I want to eat? Think about it. And then just play with the possibilities and see which one shines brighter. Your body will tell you what to eat. Don't worry about the calories. Don't worry about the protein. I'm not saying don't eat protein. Just, you don't have to have protein at every meal. You don't. Maybe your body does, but not everybody does. So listen to your body, okay? Soapbox over on that one. Um, a little thing about morning sickness here, because morning sickness and eating can go together. Um, Morning sickness is another thing that, even though it's very real, it's something we've been taught to believe. Morning sickness has been conditioned into our society. If you have morning sickness, I'm not saying it's not very, very real. It is. Of course it's real. You're the one throwing up in the toilet. You're the one who feels like shit. Of course it's real. But it's because we've subconsciously taken on the messages of our society. There are many cultures around the world where they don't even have a word for morning sickness because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't want to go too far into the whole conditioning thing because then you'll get me all jazzed up on conspiracy theories, and this is not the time for that. But morning sickness is a way to keep the feminine down, you know? And what I'm going to say is do whatever you need to do to help calm your morning sickness, but then also talk to your cells, talk to your body, talk to your DNA. Our DNA, especially now at this time, is very responsive to us. We're the ones in control here. So tell your millions and trillions of very smart cells, look, you know what? We've done this morning sickness thing before. Perhaps we've done it enough. I don't want to do it anymore. This is worth a shot. It's worth a shot, even if you have to try it many times a day. Many times a day. Let's not do the morning sickness thing anymore. Let's do this easily, peacefully. Affirm that your stomach feels fine. Affirm that you have energy. Affirm whatever you need to affirm to ease your sickness or whatever. And here I just want to say flower essences might be something you want to look into. Because while I didn't have morning sickness, I do have, I especially remember the pregnancy of my second son, where I just felt so exhausted all the time, debilitating exhaust, like I just couldn't move. I just could not move all day long, all day long. So I started taking flower essences, and oh man, it helped me so much, so much. And the flower essences are just so gentle, but yet so powerful, and you don't have to do anything about it. If you're interested in flower essences, I do have someone who's a genius, so send me an email, and if this is something you need help with, she can help you. But try these things. First, just say, you know what, I'm not buying into the cultural conditioning of morning sickness anymore. It's not real. I choose to be done with that shit. Try it. And then talk to your cells. Make a declaration. Then talk to your cells. And then just do whatever you need to ease your morning sickness, knowing that you don't have to do it anymore. You don't have to do it anymore. And the spirit babies want you to know you don't have to do that anymore. Okay, this has been pretty long, but there's more. I have to look at my notes. Hold on a minute. Oh yes. Oh, this I just want to say, this kind of goes along with listening to your body. And a friend of mine said this when we were both pregnant at the same time. She said, I'm moving more and I'm resting more. I'm like, whoa, you can do both of those things at the same time? And you can. You absolutely can. Try moving more during your pregnancy in whatever way feels good for you. My first two pregnancies, I just walked and did gentle yoga. My third pregnancy, I ran almost every other day, and I ran my first 5K when I was 5.5 months pregnant with my third son, because it felt good to me. It felt good to me. But then I also rested more. So that means, you know, I would take naps and let my kids watch TV. Moving more and resting more. It's a beautiful combination there. It's a beautiful combination. It's a way of honoring our bodies too. So think of how that might work for you. the resting more, the moving more, and fit that together. And that's a really lovely, lovely combination. Okay, this next one is another one that's important for the spirit babies. And it's funny talking about this along with babies. Some people might feel funny about it, but the spirit babies don't care. They want us to live sensually. Sensually. And what that means as part of that is, eating foods that are joyful, moving in ways that feel beautiful, that make us feel beautiful, wearing clothes that make us feel gorgeous, and having sex with our husbands. Yes, the spirit babies want us to have sex with their fathers. Um, Sex is, well, for one thing, I think it's really, really good when you're pregnant. Everything's heightened, everything feels a little even better. But then also, I've talked about this, and I will continue to talk about this. Um, Sex is a way to raise the vibration of your partnership. And that's why it's important for the babies coming in, because having their dad have a high vibration as well makes everything just more cohesive and makes everything coalesce into something joyful. And joyful, playful, sensuousness, these are the vibrations that the spirit babies are just attracted to. So yes, have sex with your husband. Not every night, not even every other night, but maybe once or twice a week. But up to you. Listen to your body, even if sometimes you have to talk yourself into it. Just know that love will replenish you sometimes more than rest. How many times have we said we're too tired? Well, that connection with our partners can replenish us even better than resting. And plus, it does bring more of an intimacy and a connection with our partners. And it's also a fantastic tool to use for manifestation. So the energy we create when we have sex, when we make love with our partners, is very magical. It connects us with our divinity. And we can use it as a manifestation tool. And by this, I mean, during the afterglow, talk about your dreams. Talk about what you would like to have happen. Talk about the new curtains you want for your room. Talk about the things you want, and the energy of that helps brings it. Even if you want, I want a safe, easy birth. We want a healthy baby. Use the magic of the sacred sex and the energy to manifest your dreams and desires. Your spirit babies are telling you to do that. It's much more powerful than people know, and it's up and coming. This is an up and coming subject, and you heard it here first. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, okay. I think that is the crux of everything. Love yourself. Okay, love yourself through all your emotions. Trust yourself and your baby over and above any other so-called expert, whether it's a doctor or a midwife or a book or a guru or me. I am not going to give you any advice. I'm just going to tell you how to listen to your own advice, your baby's advice, and your body's advice. Steer away from any advice that makes you fearful, and that's including all the stories of your friends and family. If you have to say, I don't need to hear stories like that right now. I am focusing on the positive. Be firm. Be firm. Absolutely be firm. Be firm. This is your time to set the boundaries. Set the boundaries. That's another very important one. Set the boundaries. Okay? As a pregnant woman, you're a very sacred vessel here. And people are drawn to that. And that's why everyone's touching your belly or giving you advice, but it's okay to have those energetic boundaries and say, no, I'm not listening to stories like that right now. If you have something wonderful to share with me, share that with me. That's important, and it's also good for your vibration. You do have to protect your energy a little bit right now, so the little bubbles of protection around you and the energetic boundaries. Pamper yourself. Live sensuously. Release drama and victimhood. And again, we're addicted to drama and we're addicted to it. It's just something that's part of our culture, which is why I can't stand TV anymore. Oh my God. So really try and surround yourself with uplifting things. On your sacred state, live sensually. And when we raise our vibrations like this, we can eat whatever the hell we want, okay? You can eat some tuna and be fine. Because when we raise our vibrations, all our cells respond. Our cells know what to do with what we give it, okay? I'm not telling you to go out and get drunk every night. Um, but you could have a beer or two, a glass of wine or two, and be absolutely fine. You could eat blue cheese and your baby will still come out healthy. These are not the things your baby cares about. That external stuff is not what your baby cares about. What your baby cares about is you and their father being happy and playful and loving and sensual, and make that happen any way it needs to happen. And it's a good foundation to bring the baby in and to change the family dynamics and to just live more joyfully. Because isn't that what we all want? We want to live more joyfully. And that's what our spirit babies are coming to help us do. They're coming to help us live more joyfully, and we have to raise our vibration to help them come in. So that, in a nutshell, is what your babies want you to know. They're very happy you're watching this. And just a little blurb about communicating with them. I already said it before, but just by reading this, you're opening up the communication even more. So your baby will start sending you even more signs, and just be in dialogue with your baby. I'm sure you already are. But they have so much to share, so much to tell us. And if you get any more pregnancy advice from your baby that you want to share with me, I would love to hear it. All right? Good luck, enjoy, and keep me posted, okay? I love ya.